Good afternoon, Bob. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Appreciate you joining us today. Hope you're keeping well. Good afternoon, Aviation BHX. Thank you for joining us today. Hope you're keeping well as well. I'm not too bad, thanks, Bob. I've got a few issues going on at home, but hence why the lack of streaming. But Mrs. Speedbird threw me out today. Trying to get the tripod to settle down a bit. I'm glad you're doing all right there, buddy. No worries, I appreciate that. I don't know how long I'll be streaming for. All depends on phone calls or messages and stuff like that. But I hope to be here for at least a couple of 3 hours or so. It's been a while since I've been out. And I have missed my aeroplanes, to be honest. I'll live with anything, to be honest. The planes are playing for me at the moment, so I'm just glad I'm out here being able to share it for everybody. Quite breezy up on the mountain today, dark and gloomy, which it has been for a while. There's our first departure, Ryanair. If I can get my tripod to stay still. As you see, we've got low cloud today, and I do like to follow them around, to be honest. Nice bit of spray action there. I'm glad you enjoyed it there, Mr. Aviation. Looks like we're going to be in for a bit of a shower in a moment. I really do appreciate that. All the support is greatly appreciated. They do try and keep my my channel free. There's no memberships and no these super chat sticker things and whatever. The brolly's up. We are having a shower. Unfortunately, Saturday and the winter season means that it's not as busy as some of the other airports, but it's my local airport and I'll share it as much as possible. I have missed being out at the airport. I did go to Heathrow a couple of weeks ago, but it was that cold. All my footage looks like there's been a major earthquake, so I haven't shared any of my footage of the planes I caught at Heathrow. Unless anybody wants to see any earthquake footage. I'm hoping it's not too long before we get some more action, because that's what I'm here for. Just trying to have a quick look to see what's coming in. Lufthansa on its way, a little while back though, so we'll have a look at the departures. I don't think the microphone's picking up the wind, but it is quite breezy. Looks like I've started the stream in the middle of a lull. While we've got a lull, I'll give everybody a tour of the area. We've got this new road down here that leads to the airport. Take some of the strain off the M42. That there is Resorts World. I think I've only ever been there once when it first opened, and to be honest, I wasn't that impressed, to be honest, but I'm not one of your trendy shoppers or anything, so. But apparently the food's supposed to be nice there, and it's got a cinema. There we have the NEC. I've been there a few times and watched a few bands play in the past. And then I can't really show you anything over here. I mean, they've made a right mess of the mound area. It looks like they've been planting a load of it's been a while since I've been up there. They've been planting a load of trees and everything on the wasteland that they've been filling in with the work that they've been doing for HS2 and the ring road. And down in the distance you've got Kitts Green, which is where I grew up, under the flight path. Afternoon, Ali. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Yeah, I'm generally down the country park. It's very rare that I actually come up on the mound, especially as there's no access at the moment, so I can't be too close to my car. So it's been a bit of a trek up here, but I do prefer the country park. But this was all on the spur of the moment. Mrs. Speedbird threw me out and she said it's about time I got out here and filmed a few aeroplanes, and lo and behold, I've landed in the middle of the biggest lawn going. Yeah. Good afternoon, Rotate TV. Thank you for joining us today. Thought you was working today, buddy. Gaps in the sky. I'll see if I can catch an overhead or two if one passes over in the gaps. There's the tail of the A380. I say nothing, rotate. There's the good folk of the control tower, the Emirates sponsored control tower. I say every time I get out, I couldn't do that job. Couldn't do a pilot's job either, but definitely couldn't do that job. Hi Nicholas, long time no see, buddy. Hope you're keeping well. I'm looking for it, rotate, because I have got a bit of a gap in the clouds. Do have a British Airways as well, see if I can find that. Even if it's only for a split second, I'd rather give you some plane action. Nice to see the Coventry Road covered in England flags. The raised the colours have done their bit round my area. Glad you're keeping well, Nicholas. I'll just wait for some plane action now. Let's see if I can get this speed bird. I don't know how well it's going to be because it's right above me. I can't get the camera down far enough. No, I can't get the camera down far enough. I don't know how to say your name, but welcome to the stream. Do have a Ryanair overhead as well, but the clouds are closing in again. The Midlands Air Ambulance flying over Lichfield at the moment, and it's heading towards this way, so towards Tamworth way, so we might get a pass on that. It's only at 2,000 feet. Looks like the C-130 is actually going to fly directly over Birmingham Airport, but it's at 23,000 feet, so I ain't got no chance unless we have a major break in the cloud. Good afternoon, Modern Railways. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. I forgot how cold it is up on this mount. I can see something passing by. Let's see if we can get this one. Pegasus by the look of it. It's a plane, it'll do, mate. Sliding down the mound. Yeah, rotates. Saturday's not the busiest of days, but Mrs. Speedbird threw me out the house, so says I'm getting miserable for missing the aeroplanes. But hopefully it'll pick up for the afternoon. Like I say, I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for. I have got to go out later on tonight. I'm actually standing in the middle of a mud bath, to be honest. When I was filming that Pegasus, I actually slid down the mound. Get that military plane. Desperately looking for this air ambulance that's flying by. And Lufthansa's wrapping itself around the airport as we speak. Can't see this helicopter anyway. Come on aeroplanes, come on helicopter, show your face. It's supposed to be right on top of us now, I can't even hear it. Shows how low the clouds are. It's at 2,000 feet and I can't see it. Desperately looking for it, I can't see it. I'm looking over the Charmsley Wood side. Oh. Sorry about that, folks. I am sliding down the mound again. Grand job these folks do as well. Unfortunately, where that's landed, you can only move one thing, that it's something's happened over there. Hi Adam, welcome to the stream, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Enough stances, just you can just make it out at the top of your screen at the moment. Oh, and the camera don't like that. It was nice to get the Jet 2 A330 this year, even though it was in the high fly colours. So it was a nice surprise. It was nice while we had it, and I managed to capture it a few times. I'll zoom a bit closer when it's a bit lower. For some reason the camera's not enjoying it again. Really is hard to see some of the overheads at the moment. We have low cloud at Birmingham. Nicely down, because it's had a bit of a wobble on the way in. Thanks for providing all the information. I can concentrate concentrate on the filming side of it. A dinky little plane in the old colours as well. Took a while for me to get used to the new livery, but I do like it now. A bit of a shame really that I've managed to get out and the traffic's so quiet, but I'm out, that's the main thing, and I'm able to share a few aeroplanes with you that do come about. If anybody is local to the area and fancies bringing me a nice hot cup of coffee, it'd be greatly appreciated. Good afternoon, Bob M. It is unfortunately Birmingham's traffic seems to be controlled by the London airports. Hence why we haven't got the second runway. There was talk of it a few years back, and the classic example was when Heathrow had to shut down for that fire and nothing really came here. They'd rather divert it back to their original airports than let anybody else have any of the traffic. We are strangled by, because of how close we are to the London airports. They like to keep it all for themselves, and COVID was also a classic example as well. Shut down most of the country, but Heathrow was still heaving. Good afternoon, Carl. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you here. Sorry I missed you last night, buddy, but I've got things going on at the moment, hence why my streams are really erratic at the moment. I'm sure that's Ali's truck. It's gone behind the little mound. Hopefully the Emirates will take off on time. Yeah, I mean, they go on about all the air pollution in London and everything and that, and they've brought in that ULEZ charge to clean the air, and then they go and build a third runway, or they're going to build a third runway. Yep, they're building HS2 round there, and no developments as such. They are spending some money inside the airport. I mean, I've suffered it for the last 2 years. Upgraded the security, and they're tidying it up at the outside of Birmingham Airport now. It needs a look at. It's not a very good image for let's put that this way, Ali. Yeah, that was a stressful 5 minutes or so. Do apologise. The gremlins got me again. It's a shame really, because we had the Wizz Air arrival, we had a departure as well. Just typical, bit of action and you missed it. Thanks for sticking with us though, do appreciate it. Seems to happen to me more often than not though, Ali, that's the thing. I think we've got the same hairstyle now, Ali. bear with me a minute while I double check connections, but we do have an Air France getting ready to depart as well. Which you'll see in the background in a moment. She is flying down the taxiway, literally. Two coming out as well. So at least we'll have some action if I can stay connected. I can see an inbound on the horizon as well. Swing you around for that while the Air France and the Jet 2 work their way around. One's it. I do like the KLM blue, it's a nice blue. Not as nice as the Italian one. Those that follow Ali's channel will know that he's managed to capture that a couple of times up in Glasgow. Nice little embryo. Swing you around for the departure of the Air France. Air France. Ho ho ho. Oh. Probably up there with one of my favourite liveries, this. I know one or two people like this livery as well. Here comes EasyJet, the livery to brighten up any gloomier day. EasyJet in, we've got an EasyJet departing as well. Two for one. Our next arrival as well. For everybody that's watching in Lurker's Lounge, welcome to the stream, and I hope you appreciate what am I trying to say? I appreciate you joining us today. On a rather cold, windy, wet, muddy Birmingham airport. a nice smooth touchdown, you've ever seen one today. Good afternoon, Kevin. Thank you for joining us from Henley and Arden, which isn't too far away from here. I bet you get some cracking views from where you live. Nice part of Warwickshire is Henley. They're in for a shock wherever they've come from when they get off that plane. No doubt. It's good to see you back, and I do appreciate you joining us in the chat today. They should be copying these over your way in a few seconds' time. Is there much action at Air May Rotate, or is it as quiet today as it was last time? So Pegasus is getting ready to depart as well, probably back off to Istanbul or something like that. Whoops. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but we've got a bit of a rainbow over there, which can only mean one thing. rain. I can just make out the EasyJet that's coming in. Oh. Tell you what, you've got to be a bit of a macho man to stand out on this mound when it's a bit blowy. Reminds me of a video I would have seen that somebody sent me. Come on, hook in. Not even a puff of smoke off the tyres, eh? Do love the way the cowlings come out on the engines on these Airbuses, and they tuck them right in just as I say it. We'll catch you on the next one though. EasyJet's going to park there for a minute or two. I reckon you should post that video on your channel, Ali. Good afternoon, Craig. Thank you for joining us today. Hope you've been keeping well. It's been a little while for me to get out. I'm just glad that I'm able to share the aeroplanes that we're seeing with everybody. It is nice to get back out again and do what I enjoy doing. I'm having a bit of trouble with the tripod though today. It's having a mind of its own. Do have the next arrival coming in. Looks like an ATR from what I can see. And I've totally lost my bearings there. Oh, it's not. If that's an ATR, I think I better go and shoot myself. It's a funny looking one if it is. Having a nightmare with the tripod. as Ali's put there, all I ever asked for on my channel is if you could hit the like button for us. It does help YouTube promote my channel. I have tried my best to keep it so that it's no memberships and no cost to anybody. You can join the chat even if you're a subscriber or not. And it's always nice to see new faces in the chat. Swing you around for the Pegasus departure. Because it was such an on the spur moment to come out and do a stream, I haven't greased up my tripod, and hence it's having a bit of a few moments, shall we say. I've got ATRs on my brain. I haven't heard one today yet, and you know what I'm like for the sound of an ATR. It's definitely a wide runway. It's just a shame there ain't two of them, really. So we could have a bit more traffic. Kevin, I've always said, you know, life goes on and that. Enjoy the markets, enjoy your day, and appreciate you dropping in today. Enjoy your time in Birmingham. I went through the Christmas market the other day. They've put it slap bang in the middle of the cathedral churchyard this year. And there she goes into the clouds. Yeah, the good old days there, Craig, standing at the picket fence watching them turn in front of us. I'm glad you enjoyed that bit of footage there. Rotate. One thing I will say about it being less busy though is at least, especially on the clear days, we can follow the planes round a bit more. I did find when I had a little stream a few weeks back at Manchester and I just didn't know which way to point the camera at sometimes. Yeah, good. Yeah. No. You'll have to watch it. Yeah, just having a few hours out. Alright then, split it up. Top chop. Sorry about that folks, just having an update on a situation I've got at the moment. Nice little biz jet. Good afternoon, Steve. I don't know if I said it a moment ago. So my brain's just got a bit scrambled there with the call, but I'm all right. Just wanted to make sure I said my good afternoons. Oh, come on, behave. Hope you're keeping well, Steve, and you've had a decent week, and let's spend some time chilling out with a few aeroplanes. EasyJet to brighten up the gloomiest of days. I keep saying it, but it's a nice bright livery. Lufthansa's back out already. There she is. Still amazes me how quick they turn these planes around. And it seems like 5 minutes ago I was watching that land. Good day, Grump. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Thank you for joining us. And I hope you ain't too grumpy. Yeah, Manchester, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic airport. Really busy. Emirates is pushing back now. I enjoyed my my little live stream up there, and I will go back. But it is heavily filmed and streamed up there, so it'll just be a bonus day out for me. So I did go down to Heathrow a few weeks ago, but I can't share the footage on that because it's just so shaky. It was so cold. But it was a good day out. Seen some planes that I hadn't seen before for a long time. That's our next arrival on the horizon as well. A gang of motorbikes tearing up the farmer's field. And then he did pick that up on the old mic. motorbikes that are by us. The only problem with a bit of open land, people take advantage. There's your A380 hiding behind the building. Glad you appreciate that, Steve. Do appreciate the kind words. Made it a little bit harder to follow him around when I'm sliding down the hill though. Arrival. Let's see what the camera will let me do. Down by Ryanair, and the Emirates is now making its way around to the taxiway. do appreciate having the info ready for us there. Excuse me. We'll follow the Emirates as much as I can. There she is. Always an awesome sight, I think you'll all agree. Certainly know your stuff, Adam. I'll give you that. Well, you've all been well, Adam. We'll meet up down there maybe. Be good to put a face to the name. My bucket list, Steve. On my bucket list, I would say I went to Heathrow a couple of weeks back, but it was so cold on my days. Quite chilly here today, to be honest. I am divering, hence I'm trying not to touch my tripod too much because I don't want earthquake footage this time. tail ends popped out as well. The speed that's going, it might catch up with the A380. I would be surprised if they actually stick it out before the Emirates takes off, to be honest. Seen that a few times. There you go, look at the size difference on them two. Glad you enjoyed the footage, Rotate. Appreciate the kind words. There's a bit of moisture on the runway for this to kick up, so it should be an awesome sight. Well, it's always an awesome sight, I don't know what I'm talking about. Follow this for as long as possible. just about it, I think. Always an awesome sight. We've now got Wizz Air on the runway. I'm glad you all appreciated that. I've seen the very first flights of that coming to Birmingham, and I still get the wow factor every time I see it. This is a funky little livery on the old Wizz Airs. Nice and cheerful. Good afternoon, Nick. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Long time no see. Hope you've been keeping well. She goes. Ryanair departure coming up. Steve, are Wizz Air based up there? Is that why they get so many flights? I can't remember where, off the top of my head, if they're based down there, to be honest. Good afternoon, Tyler. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us today. on what is a cold, wet and damp Birmingham airport. I am trying not to hold the tripod too much because I've started dithering and we'll end up with earthquake footage. Temperature feels a lot less than 12 degrees. More like I think you've missed the minus off there, I think, Nick. We used to get a lot of Wizz Air here, but they've cut back a bit. When the aircraft are down that end of the runway, they're about 2.5 miles away from where I am, so it does mean I have to zoom in with it, which over exaggerates my shakes, I'm afraid. Hey, come on, Nick, it's always cold. I'm always cold. That's why I go on holiday so much. I don't remember Flyby, but I remember Flyby. They went into administration a few years back now. So with this year we've lost Blue Island at Birmingham Airport, and we've lost Eastern as well. Both of them gone into administration. Good afternoon, bird feeders. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well. Appreciate you joining us today. Pink wavy hands give me nightmares, so, but we won't go there. They're holding the Ryanair up a bit. Mr. O'Leary won't be happy. There she goes. I'm looking for the air ambulance. I can't see it at the moment, Ali. It's been down a while. Oh, there it is. I've got it. Right there, Alloy. They do provide an amazing service, and it's just a shame when you see one up in the air because it means something bad's happened. I think they still have the yellow one at Coventry Airport, Nick. I'm pretty sure of it, to be honest. If Rotate TV still watching, is a bit of bus action for you, buddy. For everybody who's watching and has hit the like button, it's very much appreciated. I do try and keep my my channel free. There's no memberships and there's no subscriber only chats and there's no membership stickers. So if you could hit that like button for me please, because it does help YouTube promote my channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. Yeah, it's a shame what they did to Coventry Airport, to be honest. It was always a fun little airport to visit, but I do make my way over to Wolverhampton's Halfpenny every now and again and bump into Elliot, who's BHX spotter one. Steve, I had to have some new tyres fitted to my car, and if anybody is interested, they've got to get tyres. Quick Fit are doing a thing with the air ambulance at the moment, where you can make a donation after you paid for your tyres. Looks like we're going to get a drop of rain again. In my old job, they used to do a thing where you had so much of your stopped out your wages before tax, so you could donate to various. They had a charity of the month. Oh, it's a good idea. I did. Yeah, we're getting a few spots of rain now. Should make for some spray action when we can get some aeroplanes. No, I've never been a bus driver. I can only handle a little Fiesta car, let alone a bus. I did drive a pickup once. Scared the living daylights out of me. First corner I went round, straight up the curb. Didn't realise I had to go a little bit further out. You're right there, Nick. So well done, Steve, for being able to contribute to the air ambulance. A lot of people are struggling just to get by at the moment. Another one of the reasons why I won't charge for memberships on this. At the end of the day, I enjoy it. And I'm just grateful for people being with us to watch it. I'm with you on that one, Ali. It's funny how they can find money for non-important stuff. And again, like the veterans and stuff like that, like yourself, Ali. Where is it all going? You're going to get me on my soapbox and I'll be 4'3" then. Good afternoon. I hope I say your name right, Zakira. I hope you're keeping well. Thanks for joining us in the chat. Always nice to see new faces in the chat, and the old ones, of course. I try and pop up at least 4 or 5 videos a week, and I have been doing a few more shorts lately. It's just been difficult for me to get out and about at the moment. I've got things going on in my personal life, and it is a little bit more important than my channel at the moment, but I do try and put up at least 3, 4, 5 videos a week. I just wish I could bring you some planes now at the moment. We've hit another one of Birmingham's famous lulls. Good morning. I'm losing track of time. I'm losing track of days. Good afternoon, Dot and Paul. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're both keeping well. Really do appreciate everybody that's joining us this afternoon. I just wish I could bring you some plane action at the moment. I can't see anything on the horizon apart from rain. Bill, welcome to the stream. Good afternoon. All the way from Tennessee. It always amazes me how people from across the world trip over my little channel. I just hope it's not too long before I can bring you some more aviation action. It does seem to be raining down that end of the runway, so hopefully we'll get some spray action when it happens. It does make it worthwhile when you get some good spray action. Looks like we've got a minibus full of possible execs going to that BHX. That maybe not. I might be talking out my backside. I thought they might be going over to that little BHX that landed earlier on. Oh yes, Nick, I remember the smoking areas on aeroplanes and the comfy seats and the nice dinner services and the way they looked after you in the old Elmden building. Brought a nice hot cup of coffee to you. Nobody's been up the main with a hot cup of coffee today yet though. Funny how they still make planes with the no smoking signs in them, because I mean you'd think it was just natural now. It's been that long since you've been allowed to smoke on aeroplanes. Birmingham Airport is a smoke-free airport at the moment because they haven't got anywhere to go nip out before you travel, so once you go upstairs for security you've had it. I like what some of the Irish pubs did though when the smoking ban came in, because they knocked down one of the walls, rebuilt it with a 3-inch gap, so it wasn't classed as an enclosed space. You could still smoke in the pub. I might be one of the Speedbird juniors that are watching, so they can pop up with a flask of coffee for me, but obviously they're not watching. A little bit of a repair going on there by the look of it. don't know why the folks in the control tower have got the sun visors down for, because I can't see no sunshine. Hey Steve, welcome to the stream, buddy. Do have a Ryanair getting ready to depart. There she is. Yeah, couldn't see hand in front of your face upstairs in a bus sometimes, especially in rush hour. They've banned all this smoking, but the governments are quite prepared to take the taxes off people. Remember when you had to buy the special aeroplane headphones with the 2 jacks on them? I remember that on the first holiday I went to was on a 757. We had to buy the special headphones because we couldn't use our own. Thank you for your kind words there, Rotate. It does make it worthwhile when you get comments like that. Looks like Ryanair's going to go short. I don't know how much rain that that end of the runway took. Let's hope we get a bit of spray. It always makes a spectacular sight. Yeah, they got one of them in a caged area in Antalya. Lost into the clouds. I can see our next arrival. The good old days when you could smoke on an aeroplane. Trouble is, I'd be smoking and drinking all the duty free on the aeroplane, so maybe it's not such a bad thing. The yellow thing in the sky's made an appearance. First time in ages since I've seen a bit of sunlight. It hasn't done much for the temperature though. Our next arrival. It's up his screen if it doesn't blur out. See if the camera will behave itself. Maybe not. Looks like an EasyJet to me. There you go. do with them landing lights on my car in these dark nights. Imagine having them on your car while you're driving up and down the M6, everybody'd soon shift out your way. EasyJet having a wander around the airport. I hope he knows where he's going. Come in, he's going straight back out again. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Hope you're keeping well. Steve, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in the chat. Thank you for joining us today. Good afternoon, Fishy Pie. Steve, I hope you caught my goodbye message there. To have dropped me 5G again then for a moment. I thought, here we go again. I've sorted the slight buffer in there. Technology is not a friend of mine. desperately looking upwards into the patches of blue sky I've got to see if I can find an overhead. Good afternoon, Rasmore. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Hope it's not too long before we got any more action for you. Japan Airlines overhead, if I could see. It's just over Wolverhampton at the moment. The skies have been clear for the last couple of weeks. Fishy pipe. I mean, I normally catch a few overheads while I'm working, but there's somewhere. Go into that cloud. Just caught the contrails of it for a second and it's gone in the cloud. Hopefully we'll get to see it. We'll get to see it when it comes out. There's somewhere. Keeps jumping in the clouds. That was me looking for the Japan Airlines again. Sorry about that, folks. Darlo when you need him. after that. Oh. I hope he's alright as well. Miss him in the chat. What a character. What a character. Well, I hope he's alright. Good afternoon, John. Welcome to this afternoon stream. Appreciate you joining us today. Hope you're keeping well. Do have a Ryanair pop out as well, so we've got a couple of departures. Ryanair just sneaking into the frame. Bread and butter airlines keep our airports slightly busier than if they weren't around, so always appreciative, although some of the channels dismiss them. Barcelona, oh, I love that city. I do. I've got to go back there. It looks like we're off to Poland next year for the Easter break. Looks like Ryanair is going to depart first. Tripod's thrown a wobbly. So because I've got a little bit of the shakes, I'm trying not to hold the tripod too much. Consequently, it's decided to, as you can see, throw a wobbly. Great to get to 100. This is what this channel's all about, just hitting the like button. Good afternoon, David. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on the air now though. We are starting to lose the light a bit, and I'm shaking ever more and more, and I don't want to spoil the quality of the footage for you. We'll get a few more planes in. You need to get out there more, Ali, that's your problem. You ain't going to catch many aeroplanes sat in your living room. Then again though, with the temperatures the way they are, I don't blame anybody staying in. know somebody who likes an Air France hop. Good afternoon, Elizabeth. At the moment, due to how can I say this? I don't know, to be honest. I do try and get out at least once a week, but it's been a bit hit and miss lately. The only thing I can suggest is if you hit the notification button at the moment, because I've got issues that I'm dealing with at the moment, hence why my streams are a bit hit and miss when I can come out. But I hope people can appreciate family comes first. Jim, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Bit of Turkish delight for everybody. That's our next arrival on the horizon, which I'll swing you around for in a moment when it's a bit closer. Hi John Driscoll, welcome to the stream, buddy. Good to see you here, and I hope you're keeping well. There's your next arrival at the top of the screen. Archie, if I haven't said good afternoon, I do apologise. Welcome to the stream. I will warn folks though that we are on on borrowed time. Oh, sugar, fat fingers on the zoom there. Every plane from now on is a bonus. Good afternoon, Ireland Ball Memes. Yeah, I'm a local lad. I don't travel into Birmingham to film the planes. I am very local to the airport, and I have been all my life. What sort of area are you looking at, Ireland? 30 minutes away. I mean, that's quite a decent radius. I'm just being nosy. I don't want your exact address. I know somebody who likes these planes. Air France, sorry for the poor impression there. There's your next arrival. Please tell me that's an ATR. Yay, first ATR of this stream. It's a fantastic airport, isn't it, Ireland? If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. Blimey, that's a new Turkish. Caught a few new planes this year. Everybody's spending money on airplanes, except me. I just lease them off Sun Express. I'm not surprised. Too woke, Birmingham is. They're going to call it anything but Birmingham Airport. They could rename Halfpenny in Wolverhampton, though. There's something about these I like. That one's doing a go around. I don't know what happened there. Probably heard it was going to be called Ozzy Osbourne and decided to bugger back off to Ireland. We'll see her again in a minute, I suppose. But the odd thing is, whether the previous ATR seen something or felt something on the runway, don't know, but let's throw the car out. No, obviously wasn't that reason. That was odd though, because there's plenty of time for the other ATR to land. In fact, I should be able to pick that back up. I'd rather show you an aeroplane than a runway, even if it is miles away. Looks like I lost it to the cloud again. Definitely a strange one, that. Back out on the runway again. And back off the runway. How did the qualifying go, Bob? I can't remember who was leading the championship, to be honest. I want him to win it, anyhow, whoever's leading. I don't want Verstappen to win it. I seem to have lost my hands now, or the use of my hands. I used to love the Formula One, and when they gave Verstappen his first World Championship, I stopped watching it. I thought it was unfair what they did to Hamilton. And I think that was more to protect Schumacher's legacy than anything, to be honest. I'm not knocking Verstappen's World Championships, but the first one he got was sort of given to him. Nerves of steel, them drivers, that's what I say. Here she comes for a second attempt. Nicely done. Our next arrival is upon us. Blimey, inundated with ATRs. I'm a James Hunt fan. show me age there. I hadn't seen an ATR all day, and then we get 3 on the bounce. Some horse carrot going past. They're beautiful creatures, horses. Riding off into the sunset. We've had a change of runway. I think they're fantastic creatures, I do. I've now got to start looking behind me now. It looks like we've had a change of runway. I'll do a couple more airplanes and then I'm going to call it a day, because I've got things I need to do. So whatever the next 2 airplanes are. Hey, come on, Nick. I can't even film a couple of horses without it coming back to me. We do have a Wizz Air on coming on to finals, coming in from Bucharest. And what we'll do is we'll finish up on the ATR, because I do like an ATR, which is coming in from Dublin. I've got a feeling they're coming in behind me this time. But I've been needing some warmth, I've been needing some coffee, and I've been needing some food. I'd rather you didn't spam up the chat with the thumbs up. I'd rather people just hit the thumbs up button on the old stream if they don't mind, please. I'm hoping to see the Wizz Air wrap itself around the airport. Can't see it yet though. But I hope you've all enjoyed the stream. It was good to get out today. And I appreciate you all for watching. Thanks to anybody who's hit the like button, and I'd like to thank Ali and Nick for looking after the chat, and for everybody joining in and making it enjoyable. I do try and watch it back as well. I'm sure I'll miss a few comments and that, and I don't intend to, but it's to be honest, it's done me the power of good getting back out here, to be honest. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to say when my next stream will be, so all I can ask you, if you wouldn't mind doing, is hitting the notification button. I will try and get out next week, but I can't make any promises. Desperately looking out for it to see if I can catch it as it wraps round, but I can't see it. I've just walked into my tripod, or as Nick would probably say, I head-butted it. We do have an EasyJet getting ready to depart as well. So the next 3 planes will be the final planes of the streams, folks. You're right there, Ali, but I have enjoyed myself today, and I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I have. Okay, Nick. I'm pretty good at skirting boards, actually. But we won't tell Ali's missus, she's in the process of decorating at the moment. think I've timed the end of the stream quite well actually, because my batteries are starting to go now. It wasn't on the spur of the moment, I wasn't prepared to come out, so obviously nothing was charged up properly, or, well, I say it wasn't on the spur. I was thrown out the house by the missus. Thanks for the shout out there, Ali. I do my best. I am an amateur. I do it for fun. It's all about fun and planes with me. John, one of my lads have got the flight simulator game. He's even bought all the controllers that go with it as well. It's an absolutely amazing game, I think. Too complicated for me though. I have trouble with the technology I've got in front of me at the moment without pressing throttles and stuff like that. But it looks an amazing game. Make out the whiz there now on the finals, so I'll swing round for that when it's a bit closer. Swing you round, folks. So you can see the picture quality is starting to fail a bit now. And I've got everything screwing at me now, needing power, and I've got no more power to give it at the moment. That was me looking for the ATR, which is upon us. Swung that round nice. Well, then you're going to get the bonus EasyJet departure, and then I will be calling it a day, folks, because all my equipment is running out of power. I love the way the lights reflect off the belly of the aircraft. So this is your bonus plane. To be honest, I'm glad I'm finishing on an EasyJet, because they do keep Birmingham Airport busy, along with Ryanair, Jet2, and we haven't seen any TUIs today. So, yep, nice to finish on a bread and butter. I'd like to wish everybody a very good Saturday evening, a peaceful Sunday, and we'll see you all again soon, hopefully. Thank you all for watching, and take care, everybody. Just leaves me to say, I'm Speedbird 009. This has been Birmingham Airport. Thank you very much to everybody. Have a good night. See you all soon. Bye.